In 2008, actor Heath Ledger was on the top of his game. His movie The Dark Knight, which was about to be released, was by any measure the best movie of the year, and Heath was ready to become the biggest star in Hollywood and win an Oscar. That is, until his bizarre death on January 22nd, 2008. What the hell happened? This week on Death and Entertainment.
Live from Los Angeles.
911, what is your emergency?
Here in Hollywood now.
2 counts of murder,
Injury and death.
Oh my God!
Shocking new details.
that has stunned the entertainment world.
This makes me a little nervous.
The hair stood up on my arms.
Just like in the movies.
What do you call this thing anyway?
Death.
In entertainment.
What's up there, deados?
Oh, Kyle coming in hot right there.
Hello.
Screaming at us.
Wake up. Wake up. Go to bed.
Are you awake? Go back to sleep.
I'm awake. I'm up.
Jeez Louise.
You're
we're here.
awake, and I'm Kyle Ploof.
Yeah. And I'm Mark Mulkerron.
And I'm Alejandro Dowling.
And this week, we are getting into quite the story. Unexpected early death, Mr. Heath Ledger,
They're all early, aren't they, though?
I guess. You know.
Unless they're like, 95. We don't do those people.
You really think George Burns was early?
Yeah. We don't expect foul play there.
No.
But this week we got actor Heath Ledger, who died at the age of 28 years old, which in my mind is too early to go.
Yeah.
That's a young Hollywood star, died too early.
And he's a member of the famed 28 Club.
28 Club.
27 plus 1 club.
Just missed the 27 Club. Yeah, I guess he was. He had a lot of admiration for those rock stars who did get the 27 Club.
Yeah.
So too bad
Starting his new thing.
he just missed it. But let's get into it a little bit here. Let's talk about the movies that are going on around this time, which is January 22nd, 2008. Kyle.
Boom shakalaka. Movies at this time. Number 5, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I feel nothing towards this movie. No emotion whatsoever.
It's with Jason
Lee.
Lee, that's right.
Yeah.
Very forgettable. So
Very
moving
forgettable,
on. Number 4, this is a Mandela effect. The bucket list.
Yeah.
The term originated from that movie.
Oh,
How crazy is that?
It did?
Yes.
No, it didn't.
that was
Yes,
not
it
floating
did.
around
Sorry.
before?
Dude, it's a Mandela effect that people think that was around before the actual thing. The guy who wrote the bucket list claims to have created it. I looked it up. You can't find anything about a bucket list before this movie.
I'd like to hear from our listeners on this one. If you
Yeah.
have proof or any verification
Right in.
that it was...
It's the only Mandela effect besides the Bernstein Bears that really freaked me out.
And
Wow.
the Tonight Show.
What? Which one? Kevin
Ed
Eubanks?
McMahon.
Oh, yeah,
that
he
one
was,
too, yeah.
Yeah,
Publishers Clearinghouse.
he was a Publishers Clearinghouse, which
Yes.
that's shocking to me also.
Yeah.
And Fruit Loops. That it's spelled F-R-O-O-T.
They are or are not?
They
R.
are.
Oh, wow. Never
How's
even noticed that.
Stick
That's
that in
crazy.
your pipe and smoke it.
I will.
And there was never a movie called Kazam with Shaq.
Yeah.
It was Shazam.
With Sinbad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was bad.
Number 3, Cloverfield.
J.J. Abrams' first hit, I think.
Oh, was it?
Maybe.
I didn't know that was an Abrams.
First.
But like up there. Well, yeah, maybe Super 8 was one of the first ones.
Because
but-
didn't he do a Mission Impossible movie?
Yeah, I think he did Mission Impossible 3. I
But
think.
probably around
Up
the
there.
same time.
Yeah.
I've never seen the original Cloverfield, but I have seen Cinemax's Cleavage Field.
Ah.
And it's
So-
a real movie.
Little
Look it up.
softcore porn.
It was, yeah.
That was a double bill with the Witches of Brestwick.
Yes, exactly. Number 2, National Treasure, Book of Secrets. Nicolas Cage.
Book of shitty movie.
Yeah, Book of Wipe My Ass.
Whoa.
This movie.
Whoa, geez, Kyle. We've found once in a while you just find where Kyle is very sensitive about things.
Yeah.
We've come across it here.
Whoopi Goldberg and Nick Cage.
Yeah, that's it.
Number 1, this was a phenomenon this year. Juno.
A juggernaut. Yeah, huge movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Cera, right?
Yeah, Michael Cera
With his
and
little shorts on.
now Elliot Page.
Oh, correct.
Michael Cera became Elliot Page?
No. He wishes.
Start that rumor.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, that was a huge indie movie.
Yeah.
It was all over the place.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Did you?
I loved it. I thought it was great. Are you just being pushing back? You being devil's advocate here?
No. The soundtrack annoyed me.
Oh.
Like, it was so cutesy.
Yeah.
And then I really didn't understand what you're supposed to feel watching that movie. It's like it's kind of depressing.
It's a
like
coming of
it's a
age.
teen pregnancy movie, and then
Yeah.
Michael Cera's the dad.
Yeah.
But then she gets rid of the baby, and at the end they're just like, "Hey, why don't we just resume having a little cutesy relationship here and pretend like we didn't just give up a baby?"
Yeah. Well, it feels like what the right wing want to happen, in which these girls are forced to carry these babies to term,
Yeah.
and then pass them off for adoption.
And then the script, like, "What's up, Dorito, Nito,
Yeah.
Tito?"
What's
It's
her
like,
name?
all right,
Robin
how,
Williams?
how many more things can you rhyme?
Beto.
Diablo Cody.
Baby, Ribby.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
And so are the movies.
So
What's
are
up
the
with
movies.
music
What's
going
up
on?
with
at
the
this
music
time?
sitch, Alejandro?
Number 5, Fergie with Clumsy.
This is around the time when she pissed herself on stage.
Yeah.
That's clumsy.
And when she was on the charts, when she was allowed on the charts.
Allowed?
Okay, number 4, Chris Brown and T-Pain, Kiss Kiss.
Bang, bang.
How is he allowed to make a song called Kiss Kiss?
Yeah, he's beating up his girlfriend.
Punch, punch.
Punch,
Yeah,
punch. Yeah,
jeez.
Rihanna.
3, Timbaland, not Timberlake,
Okay.
Timbaland, and One Republic. One word.
Yeah.
One Republic, you know?
It is.
Apologize.
Is that it's too late to apologize?
That could be it.
Is that one?
Yeah, that sounds about it. It's like Timberland mix.
I was just asking you to apologize for liking Juno.
Apologize.
Number 2. Oh, this was a big one. Alicia Keys with No One. No one.
No one wanted to listen to that song.
Yeah.
Number 1. Flo Rida and T-Pain, Low.
Should have gone low. See, I know that one.
Oh yeah, that is that one.
T-Pain on there
Thanks. To the input.
twice on the list, T-Pain.
T-Pain, yeah, he was crushing around this time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you got collaborators like Flo Rida and
How can you go wrong?
Chris Brown.
Yeah. Wife beaters.
Yeah.
Whoa. Flo Rida?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's not a wife beater. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but you kind of lumped him in with Chris Brown there.
oh, because I pluralized it.
Yeah. He was wearing a wife beater.
I retract that, and I'll take out the yes. Wife beater or girlfriend beater.
Okay. And
Yeah.
will you retract that you love Juno?
No, I won't,
Okay.
because I'm sticking with it.
All right.
Let the
Great.
record show.
Let the record show. Let that record show.
Well, that being said, I'm ready, Freddie,
Yeah.
to sound like Diablo Cody's writing.
Let's get into the death of Heath Ledger. Okay, Heath was born Heath Andrew Ledger, April 4th, 1979, in Perth, Western Australia. His mom is Sally Ramshaw. That's quite a name. She
Sounds
was
like a porn name.
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Sally Rimjob.
Oh, yeah, I gotta listen to this Rimshaw. Oh, he just listens to the porn. I don't know. And she was a French teacher, and the dad was Kim Ledger. He was a man named Kim, actually.
I was just going to say, I think you mixed them up.
Yeah,
A boy named Sue, a man
yeah,
named Kim.
It sounds like a Johnny Cash song he didn't record. His dad was a racing car driver and mining engineer. His family also established and owned the Ledger Engineering Foundry in Australia. Whatever that is, I don't know. But it sounds like he tried other, jobs and then went back to the family business, which was his bread and butter. Heath grew up. He had great friends. He loved his family growing up. He loved the city of Perth. in school. This isn't really a story about like a dude like escaping a rough family life or a poor upbringing.
Why did he feel the need to get out of there so quickly?
I think he just wanted a bigger platform, bigger stage in order to do his acting and be in movies and stuff.
And where is Perth in the scheme of Australia?
It's like the California to New York. It's like the complete opposite side of that continent.
Of like where Sydney is.
Yeah, it's like 42-hour drive if you were to drive it. Yeah.
Wait, drive it from where?
If you were to go to Perth to Sydney, Australia, it's like 42 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize Australia was that big.
It's that big. I looked at it compared to the U.S. and it's not as far as the two coasts, but it's not far.
Yeah, they're both southern. Perth is on the west side and Sydney's on the east side.
Yeah. I don't think they have the similar like highway system we have here.
Yeah, you just jump on a kangaroo.
yeah. This is all by kangaroo I'm talking about.
Yeah. Or a dingo if you're lucky.
Yeah, the dingo ate your baby. Heath loved acting from a very young age. I think we joked in the past about like Paul Walker and other young actors who were pushed into it, where his parents like pretended they didn't push their kids into it.
Yeah.
But he really just wanted to be an actor. He saw his sister acting at a very young age and just like couldn't keep his eyes off it and just kind of sat in the front row and just, sat there in awe, everything that was going on. He just wanted to do it so badly. His first role was playing Peter Pan in his high school play at the age of 10.
R.I.P. Bobby Driscoll.
Yeah.
Peter Pan is coming up a lot.
Yeah.
A lot, actually.
And it will come up in the Robin Williams episode.
Yes, it will.
Can't wait.
Coming soon.
So around the same time, his parents separated, actually, and were divorced when he was 11 years old. So, maybe things weren't that perfect at home, but by all other measures, it seemed like things were okay back home. I think they were able to weather that storm, and everyone was okay with each other. So we got some new half-brothers and sisters as a result of this. So things weren't all that bad. Growing up, he got some roles in Australian kid shows called Ship to Shore and Clowning Around. These were like based out of Perth, so he didn't have to go all the way to Sydney in order to film these kind of child TV shows. So it was like local access, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't paying a lot either, but I think he just loved the exercise of acting and stuff as a kid.
I bet it was fun.
Yeah.
To be a kid and go on one of those stupid shows.
Yeah. I'm sure as of Perth goes, there's not much else going on there, so why not?
Yeah, what else you gonna do?
Yeah.
Sit at home and play cops and robbers?
Yeah.
Play dingoes and babies.
Yeah. Watch what were those movies? The Crocodile Hunter or something?
Oh, Crocodile.
Dundee.
Dundee.
Yeah. Or Dundee.
Yeah, Paul Hogan marathon.
Hogan. Yeah.
You call that a baby?
Yeah, I can imagine what Australian TV is like.
You call that a dingo?
Yeah, I'll show you a dingo.
Well, I ain't talking about the animal.
He unzips.
Meryl Streep is like,
immediately after graduating high school, Heath left with a friend and drove across Australia to start acting in Sydney. He's like branching out to the big city at 16 years old. You can finish high school like early there.
that's the same age that Rebecca Schaefer hit the road.
Yeah, similar. I was doing none of this at 16.
know.
I was like, just like really getting into my drinking. That was just like my thing then.
I was in school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, that too. Yeah, yeah. I guess.
I thought you had to be.
I think
I didn't get the memo that I could have taken off at 16.
Heath was 17 when he got cast in an American TV show that was actually being filmed in Australia.
Oh.
It was a Fox TV show called Roar, which would change his life because he met this girl named Lisa Zane on the set of that show.
Not to be confused with the movie Roar.
No, very different, actually. Good point, which we will do at some point, and which was a crazy production from the 70s in which multiple people were killed and maimed. So that's a separate thing.
And if you heard the Jane Mansfield episode, you know a little more about it.
We did go into more depth there. But Lisa Zane was like 20 years his senior, but she was like very worldly actor from Chicago who's also the sister of Billy Zane, the actor. So they kind of struck up a little romance and they started like hanging out with each other. And she like showed him the ropes and she brought him.
Of sex?
I think so. Yeah.
20 years older?
20 years older.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
Scandalous.
an education.
Yeah. He got quite the education.
This is what a woman looks like.
Yeah. She took him to like the Venice Film Festival and she kind of took him around the world.
Wow.
And eventually she brought him to LA and introduced him to a bunch of American industry people there. Yeah, she was Alejandro showing pictures of her.
Yeah.
And he's salivating on the screen.
I'm trying to see if I can recognize her from anything.
She did that. She got a lot of small roles and stuff. She wasn't really crushing it in Hollywood.
Oh my
at this
God.
time.
Freddie's dead.
Oh, that's the daughter.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Okay.
She was in Freddy's Dead. What is that?
The last Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, okay.
It was-
So maybe she was crushing it.
Supposed to be the last Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well,
They
you
kept
know,
going, yeah.
to the original series.
She kills him at the end. She puts a stick of dynamite in his chest, and he just looks in the camera, just goes, "Kids," and then explodes. It's the worst.
I can't wait to watch that.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
It's only been out since 1991.
So the Fox show Roar bombs horribly. It goes nowhere. But the relationship remained intact for the time being anyway. So she took Heath back to LA with her, and he started living on her couch. She told friends that Heath was going to clean up in Hollywood, was her words. I think with a dude like Heath, he was just like very confident, very outgoing.
Mm-hmm.
He crushed any audition he did, rehearsals. He's just like, he's an amazing actor.
Well, we know that by now.
But yeah, he was still. But
I'm saying I could picture that he was always a good actor.
Yeah.
Naturally, you know?
Yeah, of course. And I think it was nice of Lisa Zane to actually help him out and like introduce him to people, because like, like people now are like, I'm not helping out you out. I'm gonna help myself out. Fuck you.
Come on, though. They're doing each other.
But yeah, that helps, of course.
She's not like, it's not like a charity for her.
Kyle, what was that? This gross sound. You're like the Michael Winslow from Police Academy, but the creep version. Yeah.
Who sits at a bus stop.
Yeah. Yeah, just says weird things to women.
Trying to make them laugh.
Yeah.
Honk, honk.
Until he gets arrested.
Okay, so yeah, Lisa Zane, she is doing nice things for him.
Yeah, so she brings him to LA. Heath meets Lisa's roommate, who's this guy, Matt Amato, who would become Heath's good friend and collaborator throughout his career, which is unfortunately a short career. Matt actually gave Heath the script for 10 Things I Hate About You, and said his friend had written it and it was getting produced.
Wow.
And Heath is like, oh yeah, he read the entire thing. He's like, I like the lead of this. And Matt's like, oh, okay. So doesn't half of fucking Hollywood.
Good luck with
good
that
luck.
one, yeah.
But sure enough, Heath gets an audition and he gets the role.
Wow.
Like right off the bat.
So that was his first movie out here?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
that he got just a script randomly thrown in his lap because he showed up to.
Yeah, but it was also going around Hollywood. It was like, I think Matt had a copy of it, and like that's when people would like, everyone got like copies of scripts and stuff if they were the ones being produced. It's similar thing now. It's like pilot season. They throw all the scripts out there for things that are getting greenlit and stuff.
Yeah.
He beat out Josh Hartnett and Ashton Kutcher.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and those two were like in their prime at that point.
Yeah.
It was, I'd say
Josh
so.
Hartnett for sure.
Yeah, you're right.
The early 2000s, he was everywhere.
They had both just exploded, I believe. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was in, Hartnett was in The Faculty.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in Virgin Suicides too, which is actually a sleeper indie hit kind of.
He was everywhere
Yeah.
in terms of big budget movies, indies.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher, obviously, that 70s show had just started too.
And Punked.
Was that early, Punked?
Punked
was
was in
early
like
2000s.
05? Really?
Yeah, well, so it's not going on though at the time.
Yeah, true.
10 Things.
Yeah, he did the movie and it was a huge hit.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he became an overnight star from it.
And it's better than the normal stupid teen rom-com.
Yeah, to be honest, I never watched it.
Oh, really?
I didn't see it.
What?
I know he has that like dancing and singing scene.
I
in the
remember.
stands or
I just
whatever.
remember her dancing in like on a party on a table or something. in
Julia
some
Stiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on a bet he's supposed to like take her out and make it seem like he's interested.
It's supposed to be like Taming the Shrew or something,
Yeah.
The Shakespeare play.
Then at the end, he gives that classic kind of speech that's in all the movies, like, but then something weird happened. I actually started to like you.
Oh my God.
And then she's like teary-eyed. You
How
know?
nice.
That was like was that the Freddie Prinze Jr. movie where like he's like
She's all that.
you got to date this ugly chick.
Yes.
It's always
like that,
the
yeah.
90s or 2000s movies.
And they're never ugly.
no.
Yeah.
It was Rachel Lee Cook. She
Cook,
was
yeah.
fucking just because she had glasses on.
Yeah, she takes it. It's like fucking Clark Kent and Superman.
Yeah, it's
Like-
ridiculous. Makes
And
no
Julia
sense.
Stiles is a tomboy because she wears jeans.
yeah.
Yeah, she's crazy.
It wasn't exactly a Neil LaBute movie, if you know what I'm saying.
It was not an art house movie, but it was popular. People went to go see it, and surprisingly, actually, Kate Hudson was supposed to play Julia Stiles, but her mom, what's her name?
Goldie
Goldie Hawn told her not to. Said it was a bad script.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
so-
I'd say she more than made up for it when she did Almost Famous.
Yeah.
of course,
It's
yeah.
like, who cares what you missed before that?
If you had the shot at either of those two, obviously
Yeah, you want to do a
things worked out
decent
better.
rom-com or a great
Julia Stiles
movie.
would rather do that than vice versa. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only one of them ended up on the crappy seasons of Dexter.
Who's that? Julia Stiles?
Yeah.
Yeah, she got weird. I don't know. I never really thought much of her, but she was good in the she was good in the boy.
That's how you really feel.
Yeah, Mark is
I tried to slip that in there.
he is letting it out today.
She was good in the Bourne movies, which I always love. Julia
well,
Stiles.
I mean, anyone could have played that part.
Okay. Wow. All right. Alejandro's not impressed by that. Right after that, he starts getting offer after offer after offer of movies but are like other teen like bullshit movies that he doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
At that point, he's like, all right, I already made my splash. I want to come in here and, I want to start.
Swim with the sharks.
I want to swim with the sharks. I want to start making some moves here. So yeah, and that's what he's doing. He waited, and just and said no like 1,000 times, and he just waited until the things came in that he really wanted to do.
A bold move.
Which
is a bold. It must have drove his agent fucking ballistic.
Yeah.
Like, dude, where the fuck do you get off here? You Australian punk. You come into this country, you just get a smash hit right out the gates, and now you're just saying no to all this stuff where we get all this money thrown at you.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, fuck it, no. And then...
So what was he waiting for?
I think he was waiting for that right big role that would kind of catapult him to the next level. And I think The Patriot with Mel Gibson was really the type of like material he was looking for.
The Patriot Ledger.
The Patriot Ledger, yeah.
Newspaper back home in
It
Massachusetts.
is, yeah. I forgot about that.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a rag. It's crap.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was super intimidated working with Mel Gibson, I guess.
Yeah, all the... Never mind.
Yeah. He wasn't leaving him voicemails or anything like
all
that.
the Hitler memorabilia.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, you want to get drunk with me and drive down the PCH and start screaming anti-Semitic things out the window?
And into my wife's phone.
Yeah. Actually, I got other plans, Mel, but thank you.
That's where he learned the term sugar tits.
Yeah. Let me teach you how I do Hollywood. I ask cops if they're Jewish as they're arresting me.
They meet each other on set. Mel is like, you know who runs Hollywood?
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, all right, Mel, it was great. Thank you for helping me with this movie. It's been great. But yeah, he did move on to a bunch of other movies. Like he got like A Knight's Tale. Not a great movie. Monsters Ball is a great movie. He did with Billy
Very
Bob.
good. And that's exactly the kind of role you were alluding to.
Yeah, stuff like that.
It's not the kind of role that one would, follow up 10 Things I Hate About You with.
No, you
It's a
can't go directly.
very-
That's a hard turn into that.
That's a depressing role
It's a
and a
dark movie.
depressing movie.
Yeah.
But it's very, I don't know what
Puff
the word
Daddy,
is.
Halle Berry,
It's powerful.
It's powerful. Yeah, it's an Oscar bait movie.
Is it a spoiler to say what happens to him in the movie? Heath Ledger.
Came out like 15, 20 years ago.
Go ahead.
All right, well, yeah, what in most Hollywood movies, characters stick around
Sure.
through most of the movie.
Yeah.
He just randomly shoots himself in the chest and suddenly he's out
Yeah.
in front of Billy Bob Thornton. And you're like, what the
who plays his
fuck?
dad,
Yeah,
right?
it's such a scary scene. He thinks that Billy Bob is ashamed of him.
Yeah.
And so then he just shoots himself right in front of his dad.
I like a movie where you could do that. That's like Breaking Bad and stuff. You like anyone could die at any moment.
And then the dude from Everybody Loves Raymond. What's his name? And Young Frankenstein.
Ray Romano?
And Young Frankenstein.
Oh, Peter Boyle.
Peter Boyle. He plays Heath's grandpa.
Yeah.
And after the funeral, he tells Billy Bob, the kid was weak.
He was a racist, scumbag. Yeah,
so the movie is just relentlessly
It's so
depressing.
opposite Peter Boyle, too. He's
Yeah.
not like a racist kind of maniac, like because he doesn't like the fact that Billy Bob and Halle Berry are banging.
Of course
too.
not.
And that sex scene.
Wow.
Forget about it. Forget about whatever, softcore porn they're doing on Showtime. You got to watch this.
But that movie proved Heath Ledger was the real deal.
Yes.
Because that actually stuck with me, his performance.
It stood out amongst a movie that everyone stands out.
It was very real.
And Halle Berry
you know.
got the Oscar for that, I
She
think.
did. I'm surprised he wasn't
like
nominated.
a supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like boundless like energy, confidence, charisma, you name it. Whatever you need in order to kind of get ahead in Hollywood, Heath Ledger had it.
Knight's Tale looked kind of lame. I never saw
Knight's
it,
Tale,
but-
and then
I saw it in the theaters for some reason.
You did?
It was awful. Yeah.
you see the worst movies in the theater.
What
Yeah,
was
dude.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Kyle gets like the premium seating like theater experience for the worst movies you've ever heard of.
Did you see Monsters Ball in the theater?
I've never seen it.
What about the Order?
The Order.
That was like one of his other movies that he did
Oh.
around this time, which was trash. It was like kind of a Knight's Tale, but like a bad period piece that like went nowhere basically. But it was probably a good payday. I think he was going by the one for them, one for me type of scenario.
I guess, but who was Knight's Tale for?
Nobody. Yeah, one for them, one
Just
for
me.
I remember the trailer. He was like singing along to Queen or something, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this movie?"
He was doing one for them, one for himself, and then one for no one.
Yeah, like, it looked like a weird musical where the knights are singing instead of fighting or something.
It wanted to be a musical or something.
It
Wasn't
a
it?
musical, no.
Kyle paid for 3 seats for this
I
one.
remember the big thing is like they're jousting and he hits the other guy and like the fucking joust explodes. And that was supposed to be like the big like spectacle.
Very forgettable trash. I just
Yeah.
remember that girl Saucerman was in it. Shannon Saucerman.
Oh, from Rules of Attraction?
yes, yeah.
She was great.
She was great.
in Rules of Attraction.
yeah.
Paul Bettany as well.
He'll come up later.
Alan
And-
Tudyk.
And what's his name? Mark Addy.
Yes.
Yeah. Alan Tudyk is always in a mid-level, not good comedy.
You know what he showed up in the other day that I was watching? Patch Adams
Really?
as a mental
Oh,
patient.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not bad, but he's just like, kind of forgettable.
And I'm just thinking, like, he's been around that long?
Yeah,
yeah.
he was in Wonder Boys with Michael Douglas in like 2001, I remember. But
That's a good movie.
great movie. Yeah, he has a little small role in that. But Heath is getting some big paychecks, and he got this huge house in Los Feliz where he would invite anyone who wanted to come hang.
That's
Really?
He had I heard like Ben Mendelsohn, which is a great actor, Australian actor, who's from A Place Beyond the Pines he was in. He's just like a good like background, like character actor guy.
Yeah.
He said they would just keep the door open. And like a lot of Australians would just, Australian actors anyway, or directors would kind of come and go as they please.
Oh, wow.
Like Naomi Watts lived there. Joel Edgerton was there. Just a bunch of like.
So he's only hosting future movie stars.
Hey, it seems like, but I'm sure there's some bums
Yeah.
that went nowhere that are also staying there.
Or a family that shows up with a bunch of bags.
Yeah. Oi!
Where's the guest room?
Yeah, there's
Mate,
a family of kangaroos show up.
where can we set up our pet dingo?
Crikey. The dingo better not eat our baby this time.
Paul Hogan is like, you got any work for me?
yeah. I'm
I
kind of.
trim lawns now.
I'm burned out around
That's
now.
the first thing that pops up. That's just
Kyle is showing us the jousting
Oh
moment.
wow! Kyle's trying to prove something that we're not even challenging him on.
All right. I think we need to explore this. So you see in the movie.
Yeah.
You're in the theater.
Yeah.
You probably have some popcorn or something.
Mhm.
What's going through your head? Like, why are you there? Are you enjoying yourself?
I think I went with a girl. and she wanted to see it.
Oh, okay, that's an easy excuse.
Yeah.
This is like a trance we're putting Kyle in to figure out what happened around this movie.
Yeah.
Why he chose to go to it.
Yeah, they're making me stare at a pocket watch.
Yeah. You're falling asleep. You're telling us why you got 2 tickets for A Knight's Tale.
And nobody else was in there.
Yeah, of course not.
They probably weren't even going to screen the movie that day if you hadn't shown up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
You know, they were going to leave the projector off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the projector guy's like, fuck, I gotta get to work.
So I
now."
made them lose money.
Yeah. Yeah, the projector guy's like, whew, I finally get a break
Yeah.
today. I'm going to go get some lunch. Then Kyle's like, 2 for Knight's Tale?
They're like, hey Jonesy, get up, you gotta do some work. Some schmuck brought his date here.
They finally showed up for Knight's Tale. We were about to send it back.
Yeah. Burn it.
Yeah, the studio's like, we don't even want it back.
No, yeah. Yeah.
We don't have any place to dispose of it.
Yeah,
You can have it.
yeah. Throw it in the river. So yeah, they had this big house, and even when Heath was like off shooting movies, the party would still go on. And that guy Ben Mendelsohn would say like he once saw Adrian Grenier there from Entourage, which we've talked about recently, and he looked like he was doing research before they actually did Entourage. He was hanging around this house too.
Research
For Entourage, the TV show.
Yeah, just in a house with a bunch of friends.
Yeah, he's doing coke in a house. Yeah, research. Okay. Yeah, with
like,
a bunch
"Who
of hot Australians.
Who wants to do research with me upstairs?
Yeah. Hey, Naomi Watts, you want to come upstairs? Yeah, he just had this like insane energy and passion for like projects. He did. His friends and collaborators would always get bombarded by his calls and emails at insane times and of days. Like he would show up to his agent's like house at 7 a.m. or something with like all these pitch ideas he had, and like he was just crazy like that.
So an artist.
Exactly, he was a very passionate artist.
He was
Passionate
interested.
artist or bipolar.
You never know. If
Yeah.
sometimes it's undiagnosed. He was only 28 years old.
That sounds like mania.
Or on a bender.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's who.
yeah.
But it also sounds like he's on a path to wanting to develop his own projects.
Yeah, he does. And we get into that right here. He told friends that he didn't have much time in life, so he felt he needed to get things done quickly, which is a very ominous thing to say to people.
Who confirmed this?
His friend that I talked about, his first friend when
Mendelsohn?
No.
The one he drove.
Matt Amato, the person who he started this this production company, The Masses, with, actually did confirm that he would say stuff like that.
Really?
Like he doesn't have a lot of time on this earth. Maybe he meant as a person in general, or the fact that he was just predicting his own demise.
Yeah.
Huh.
Tupac said that about himself too.
Really?
Yeah.
But then again, don't we all? How many times have you said, you only live once.
Yeah.
I could go tomorrow.
But if you died next year, it would seem crazy if Alejandro
yeah.
said, you only have so much time in life. Like,
Yeah.
did he know something we didn't?
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, I'm really just being generic. Like, I could go next week. And then I get eaten by a wolf next week. And you
Yeah.
guys are like, did you hear it? Alejandro got eaten by a wolf. And he just said that.
And he just said that.
That he didn't have much time left. This is crazy.
Yeah. And like, where'd that wolf come from? Why is it in North Hollywood or West Toluca Lake, whatever we're calling it? He wanted to leave a mark on the world. We'll say that, and he felt like he didn't have enough time in order to do it.
Yeah.
I kind of admire that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had time to film A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
I had time to see it.
Yeah, of course.
That's actually more pathetic.
Yeah.
The fact that you had time to just go watch
You paid to see it.
Oh, yeah.
He got paid a lot of
I
money.
paid twice.
Yeah, he got a big house to bang Naomi Watts. And what you get?
it. Before Mulholland Drive, probably.
Oh, yeah. That was like primo
Oh, yeah.
Naomi Watts,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Humana, humana.
Awooga, awooga.
Oh, my.
So, anyway, he starts his company. He starts this company called The Masses, which is his like music, film, and TV production company.
Mm.
He just starts producing like some Australian musical acts and some movies and documentaries he was trying to get off the ground. Nothing notable I could actually think of. I don't think they had enough time to get enough done. they had like a nice office on Sunset where Keith would go every day, and or Heath would go every day, in like
Keith.
yeah. And it just seemed like an office for him a little bit, just to work on, the roles he was going to be doing and stuff. In 2005, Heath would get the role of Skip Engblom in the movie Lords of Dogtown. Skip was the founder of Ho Surfboards and Zephyr Productions, which was basically the beginnings of pro skateboarding. It was based on the documentary Dogtown and Z-Boys.
That was good.
Good movie, yeah. It also starred Emil Hirsch and Michael Anganaro. The director, Catherine Hardwick, originally didn't want Heath because he was too young and hot and good looking. The real Skip Engblom looked more like an older slob, like Philip Seymour Hoffman, basically. And she's like, that would make more sense. I want like a good character actor to play this person. But Heath was like very insistent on the role, and I'm sure the production company was like, "We want any star power we can get in this thing."
Yeah.
So we're taking Heath, and
I
he
realized Johnny Knoxville was in this.
Yeah,
too.
this is a who's who of the up and coming actors of the 2000s.
Yeah.
Because that John Robinson, I believe, he had just done Elephant with Gus Van Sant, and then you also got
Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, Mitch
that's
Hedberg was
right.
in it. Yeah. My favorite Mitch Hedberg joke is, I wrote a screenplay and I gave it to someone. They said, you should do a rewrite. And I said, fuck that. I'll just make a copy. But yeah, in order to make his portrayal seem more legit, he put caps in his teeth to actually look more like the character he was playing. And I think Catherine kind of liked that, even, clearly she had to use him, but he actually was a standout in the movie. He was great.
Oh, yeah. He transformed himself. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, he looks way different. He has like caps in his teeth. He doesn't look like Heath.
Grizzled,
yeah.
It doesn't look like a mid-20 something.
Yeah, he's an older guy. Like he's supposed to be like in his late 30s or 40s in the movie. And, he did his best to kind of look like match that.
Old guy in his late 30s.
Yeah.
Danny Glover was busy.
I'm getting too old. Yeah. The movie was, I guess, it wasn't like a runaway business success. It didn't make a ton of money, but critically actually did pretty well.
It was no Knight's Tale.
It was no Knight's Tale. Not that bad, but A.O. Scott from the New York Times highlighted Heath's performance in the movie, stating, Skip is always volatile, frequently drunk, and consistently the most entertaining figure in the movie. He also praised the movie as a whole, stating, Lords of Dogtown from start to finish is pretty much a blast.
I actually remember that from the time. That's what all the reviews seem to say.
Yeah.
That Heath Ledger shines in this movie, and that's the reason to see it.
Yeah. I think he was like, that guy, Michael Anjaro, like, he was fine, but he wasn't jumping off the screen like Heath Ledger was.
Yeah.
And Emil Hirsch was okay. I guess Emil Hirsch and Heath would actually hang out a lot and bust each other's balls. And I'm sure they, probably drugs were involved in that too. But Emil told a story where he was making fun of Heath for doing the gay cowboy movie next, which Keith would be doing, called Brokeback Mountain. And at some point, he went a little too far with him. And Heath just kind of stared down Emil Hirsch and is like, dude, stop fucking around.
Wow.
Because
for him.
He kept giving him shit for doing it like gay cowboy movie. Like,
yeah.
And then he would do fucking Milk later.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is he making fun of? I feel like Emil Hirsch just goes way too far, as we've noted when he beat up that executive in Sundance a couple years ago when he was drunk and high on coke.
You think he went too far?
Well, some would say.
The court documents would say.
Yeah.
What a psycho.
Yeah, but Heath gave him a look after that. He's like, just gave him a look that said, dude, shut the fuck up.
And then he copied him and did Milk.
Of
like,
course.
oh, I'm going to do a gay movie too to get noticed.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just a fucking... Emil Hirsch is a bitch, man.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Let's kick his ass.
Yeah. So, yeah, just to go right into it here, he scored his next role playing opposite Jake Gyllenhaal as Ennis Del Mar in Ang Lee's Brokeback Mountain. Okay, Kyle.
I remember talking to a buddy in college. He's like, oh, me and my girlfriend just went to see Brokeback Mountain. And I'm like, oh, how was it? He was like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm like, was it graphic? And then he's like,
Yeah.
They just start jackhammering in the tent.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They don't jump right into it. They ease you into that a little bit. Here's the logline for the movie. In the summer of 1963, Wyoming, two young men, Ennis, a ranch hand, and Jack, an aspiring rodeo bull rider, are sent to work together herding sheep on Brokeback Mountain. In what had otherwise been anticipated to be a rather uneventful venture will soon turn into an affair of love, lust, and complications that will span through 19 years of their lives. It's an intense movie.
A sweeping epic.
A sweeping epic, yeah.
A romance, a drama, a fly on the wall. What is life like in Wyoming?
Yeah.
You know, the herding the sheep and the,
yeah.
you know,
It-
the other stuff.
Yeah. Well, Ang Lee is always known for these sweeping epics. I think he's hot off of A Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So,
And the Incredible Hulk.
yeah, the Hulk.
You
I
mean
didn't mind that Hulk, actually.
The Incredible Bomb.
Yeah, it didn't do too well. But Brokeback Mountain did do very well. Not only was it a critical success, it actually made $178.1 million at the box office with a budget of $14 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is very impressive.
Wow.
And it was pretty cool that this commercial movie
Yeah.
was out there
Yeah,
starring two characters that are gay and
Homosexual,
in love
yeah.
with each other.
Yeah. In a place where that was unheard of, I'm sure.
Yeah.
1963 Wyoming is not really where you can have like an outwardly, especially two macho guys in that setting. It's kind of, tough to get away with that at that time.
Extremely.
And it's a good story.
And he had that whole iconic mumbling going on. in
Yeah,
it.
yeah. He would just very,
Like, hey, what's up?
like, I think that the direction he took on himself was that his character hated his own voice or hated hearing himself. So he would he would purposely like rumble and just, speak lowly and like not really outwardly project his own voice like most people would do. Maybe because like if he did, it would indicate exactly what he had inside of himself as far as being a gay man.
He's not a confident guy.
No.
And it has that famous line, I gotta go see about a guy.
Yeah, my God. Well, we're hot off of talking about Good Will Hunting, so yeah.
I mean, I can't quit you.
I can't quit you. That's the big one, yeah. After this role, Heath was being compared to the likes of Marlon Brando, and he was nominated for his first Oscar. However, he lost to Philip Seymour Hoffman in Capote.
Wow.
So
Wow.
can't get away from Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Can't get. It's all the battle of the weird voices.
I win the Oscar
for Capote.
Well, he did a little bit at the Independent Spirit Awards, kind of like laughing at his role a little bit, but it was taken the wrong way. Like he was laughing at the idea that he was playing gay people, which now is kind of frowned upon. If you're a straight guy playing a gay character and stuff, there's gonna be some online hate for you.
It's like stolen valor.
Kind of, yeah. And he laughed in a weird way, and he just kind of chalked it up to his own nervousness and his inability to kind of speak publicly, and had nothing to do. He wasn't laughing at these characters in the movie at all. Because it's like an easy, low-hanging fruit to make fun of this movie.
Some dictionary listed Brokeback as the word of the year that year.
Really?
Because it was used so often in jokes and references.
trending, yeah.
It was trending.
Even though he lost the Oscar, he won the girl, meaning his co-star Michelle Williams, who he married after the movie, and they had a daughter together named Matilda.
And she was born when?
She was born, I want to say, in 2005.
So after he's done filming.
Yeah. After the filming's done, that's when they're consummating this relationship.
Well, yeah, I guess if they met on the set,
they were,
how would they have a baby already?
Yeah, well, they were sharing a trailer. That's what Jake Gyllenhaal said. They were sharing a trailer on the set, and they would all hang out and like make breakfast together and stuff.
So they were dating beforehand?
No, they were dating when the movie started.
But then they accelerated to sharing a trailer.
And the movie, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. They didn't share a tent, though.
I guess not.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Matilda was born October 2005.
Okay. So right before the movie's released, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. He's got the movie, he's got the baby, he's got the Oscar nom.
And I should mention that, to go back to the Oscars for a second, that was supposed to win Best Picture, too, because Ang Lee won Best Director.
Oh, yeah.
And then everyone was shocked when Crash was announced as the winner.
That will go down in history as the worst choice they've ever made, amongst many, a lot of bad ones also. Yeah.
Top 20.
Kyle still thinks the what's that movie should have won.
Limp Bizkit live in Los Angeles.
I'm thinking of the one where Heath was in the Knight's Tale. Little known fact, or maybe known to some people, Matilda's godparents are Jake Gyllenhaal and Busy Phillips are the godparents to Matilda. Yeah. After 3 years, they called it quits. Him and Michelle, they officially called it quits. But things were breaking up even before that. So though, like, his personal life was kind of suffering, but his career is going completely insane at this time.
And they were married, or they weren't married?
They were married, I think, and then they got it annulled later on. I want to say
they got it annulled.
Yeah, I think so.
Really? That seems kind of harsh.
Jesus, too much for Alejandro to take.
Whose marriage got annulled?
Heath Ledger and Michelle Williams.
Oh, before he died.
Yeah, before he died. Yeah.
No,
imagine
after.
doing it after.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Okay.
He's dead. She at the funeral. She's like, "We're done."
You're right. They weren't officially married.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Because it lists her husbands, and Heath was not one of them.
Not one of them.
No.
Yeah.
They were together from 2004 to 2007, it says here.
Okay. Like I was saying, his personal life is suffering. His career is going completely insane. So much so, he was having trouble keeping it together mentally. He's like a man possessed, out to become like the biggest actor in the world.
Yeah.
He wasn't sleeping much. A lack of sleep, I guess, was taking a heavy toll on him. People would bump into him in public and be like, "Dude, are you okay? Like, you look like shit."
You'll go insane.
Yeah. I think that's what international stardom will do that to you. Like, how do you sleep at night with all this shit going on?
No idea.
At this time, he started taking a lot of Ambien to be able to get a few hours of sleep.
Oh, Ambien's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, but like over time, it wears on you.
Yeah, you can't do it chronically.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Bryn Hartman was taking?
That was one of many things, I think. Yeah.
In the cocktail, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
She was taking, you name it. In 2007, Heath was looking for something to direct for himself. He wanted to start directing movies. He had dabbled with making some music videos and fucking around with cameras at the Masses, his production studio there.
Yeah, he did Ben Harper and Modest Mouse videos.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
He was
shit.
very good friends with Ben Harper. They were like pals.
Wow.
Who was married to Laura Dern at
Laura
the time.
Dern, yeah. They just broke
Ben
up.
Harper was?
Uh-huh.
What the?
For a long time.
I didn't know that.
You were watching A Knight's Tale too much.
Yeah.
He's focusing on Mark Addy from A Knight's Tale.
He came across this book called The Queen's Gambit. Due to his love of chess, he liked The Queen's Gambit, which, as we know now, is a story about a drug-addled chess star who becomes like a world champion.
Wow.
And he wanted to make this a movie with actually Elliot Page.
Wow.
I guess he was an amazing chess player. He was close to becoming what's called a Grand Master. I think he was just a few points away from achieving this, allegedly. A Grand Master is like something awarded by the International Chess Federation. As of 2020, there's only 1,770 active Grand Masters. So this is something he was really into.
That's even more than I would think.
How many there are?
1,700, yeah.
Yeah.
Grand Masters.
I think world champion supersedes all of that. So if you're like Bobby Fischer and you won the world champion, you supersede any of these Grand Masters and stuff.
Yeah, and just under it is Grandmaster Flash.
Nice. One time I was at Vegas with some friends from Family Guy.
Yeah.
And Grandmaster Flash was the DJ in this big club in Vegas.
Really?
And Seth MacFarlane was there. He's like, everyone give it up for Seth McNay, the family man himself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he totally fucked up everything. It was hilarious.
I'm sure Seth loved that.
Yeah, I'm sure he took it in stride. Obviously, that fell through. He was going to be directing that, but certain circumstances happened in which he wasn't able to direct that. What's it called?
Queen's Gambit.
The Queen's Gambit.
Is that you being cheeky?
What?
Some things happened.
Yes, well, some things happen.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you don't get to make your passion project. It doesn't work out.
Right.
Your directorial debuts do not work out.
When it made it to Netflix, is that the same track that started with Heath Ledger, or was that something totally
This
different?
project has been picked up and dropped by so many people
Okay.
throughout the years. I think the book was originally published in like 82 or something. So a lot of people had been thinking about doing this, but I think one of the people he was working with in order to get it produced is the ones who made it with Netflix. So
wow.
I think at least one of the people stuck around to do it. But yeah, it was going to be adapted by multiple people.
Yeah,
Okay.
He wanted it to be a film. Now it's a TV show.
Yeah, now it's a longer TV show, and yeah. So he's moving on, still acting, still getting, auditioning for roles, looking for that next huge thing after Brokeback Mountain. He wants the biggest thing at this time, which at this time the biggest thing is Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight,
Yeah.
which is the biggest movie that everyone wants to do. Everyone saw
Sensation.
Batman Begins. Even if you're not a Batman comic book person, you saw that Nolan movie also with the other movie he did, Insomnia, with Robin Williams,
Who we will be talking about
we will
soon.
be talking about soon.
Mhm.
If you saw that body of work as well as the adaptation that he's doing, everyone wants this role.
Batman Begins came out summer 2005, months before Brokeback Mountain.
Mm.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the hype had already started because the movie ends with a reference to the Joker.
Yeah, because
And
there's like
so-
a card or something
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the Joker. Yeah.
I didn't care for that. Wink, wink.
It's a little
but
too much.
I
Yeah.
loved it.
that being said, the speculation started who's going to be playing the Joker. The internet is still, it ain't quite where it's at now.
But
Yeah.
it's getting there.
There's
As far as the
message
online
boards,
hate.
yes.
Yeah.
A million mock-ups of Willem Dafoe,
Yeah.
who I think would be amazing in the role, but
Well, Heath Ledger originally wanted to play Batman. He went in to go play Batman
Oh, wow.
originally.
yeah.
I could see that. At that time,
Yeah.
that's who you would have expected him to play.
Mm.
Batman.
Because that seems like the more normal trajectory.
Yes.
Of like a leading man if you're trying to do that. But I think I think he read more into it and he found out this Joker character
Yeah.
is really the meat of it. And I think he's a big Nicholson fan. He's in awe of how Nicholson did the Tim Burton movie in 89.
Mhm.
And he wanted to kind of like bring something new to it.
Yeah. He actually talked to Jack Nicholson about it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. When Heath Ledger died, Jack was on TV and he was going, I told him what was going to happen. like being the Joker, especially his version is like the most dark, brooding mind fuck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have a clip of that if you want to play it right now.
Sure.
Jack, how's it going, Jack? Going great. You're looking good. Looking good. Now you can have a smoke, Jack.
Jack, to your left. Jack, any comments on Heath Ledger's death?
About what? Heath Ledger, he actually died tonight. New York.
Overdose. He died in New York. Just found him dead a couple hours ago.
I warned him.
Exactly. That's where Okay. He warned him. That's a crazy thing to say, actually.
Yeah. With a smile and then smoking a cigar after.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I warned him.
I warned him. I don't know what he warned him of exactly, but maybe just like letting that character drive you crazy.
The dangers of being the Joker.
I guess so.
Somehow Jared Leto survived.
Yeah.
Well, he almost wasn't the Joker. He almost didn't get it. He was fighting against Paul Bettany. Jared Leto. Jared Leto won that one too.
Is it Leto or Leto?
Leto?
They've both been said. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, I think
Asshole.
he says Leto.
Sam Rockwell, Robin Williams, Willem Dafoe also wanted to be the Joker.
Robin Williams again was rumored.
Yes, yeah.
Because he had been rumored for the original Batman.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Batman Forever, the
The
Riddler.
Riddler, yeah.
Yeah.
And also he worked with Nolan in Insomnia.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
So that actually does make a lot of
makes
sense.
sense. Yeah.
Wow.
But Nolan actually didn't offer it to Heath first. He first offered it to Sean Penn.
Really?
Yep.
Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would have been interesting too.
Sean Penn said no, and you know why? Because he thought it would be disrespectful to play the same role as his friend Jack Nicholson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you, Sean. Go
Yeah.
smelt your fucking Oscar.
Yeah.
So they announced Heath as the Joker, and the fucking online fandom goes nuts. Like, this is one of the first times you know, they actually have an effect, or they make waves as far as a studio like making a decision, because they're like, what the fuck are you thinking, Heath Ledger?
I was one of those people.
Were you?
Oh, I was pissed. I was like, the fucking rom-com guy?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? What's going on?
You hadn't seen Monsters Ball yet.
I know, I didn't. Yeah, I still haven't.
If you had seen that,
That's
you
true.
could at least get a picture.
But yeah, he said he started production. He said, this is the most fun I've ever had in a role my entire life.
Yeah, he was like skateboarding and everything.
Yeah.
Between takes.
To prepare for the role, he locked himself in a hotel in London for an entire month.
Oh my God.
He started a Joker diary with insane pictures and ramblings. He started saying the voices to himself to try and find the character. He was looking for iconic phrases and like a correct way of laughing for the Joker. There he said he found a psychopath and inside of himself, I guess. Someone with no remorse. He worked with wardrobe in the art department to find just the right look and actually did the red paint on his face himself. So that was all his kind of like making that crazy red paint on his around his mouth and shit.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, he did not stay in character the entire shoot. But some say they witnessed him snarling to himself in corners during the shooting. Yeah.
Okay.
He was inspired by Malcolm McDowell's role in Clockwork Orange, which helped him kind of get into the completely insane character we see on screen.
And Tom Waits, right?
Yes, the voice is Tom Waits.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. It's a little grainy.
It's exact.
There's only Alice.
So he got totally engulfed in this role. He kind of lost his complete mind.
Yeah.
He said during the production he was only sleeping 2 hours a night.
And probably listening to Tom Waits too, which is music made for haunted houses. So that will drive you insane on its own. Me and Alejandro were listening to it for like 2 days straight, doing a painting job, and I was like, I felt fucked up.
You didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's sad music.
Yeah. Sad and scary.
It's like for sad hobo music.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It's also romantic. It's also beautiful.
It's very sexual.
Yeah.
Tom Waits music.
So he said the role like fucked with him mentally and like made it even harder for him to sleep because like sleeping was really getting tough for him around this time.
Did he take the makeup off?
Yeah, he should have probably. But he said he loved it. Even though he was having the best time of his life, he was also kind of losing his mind. It's kind of a weird dichotomy he was going through at this time.
Yeah.
He began taking more Ambien to try to sleep, but at some point it was kind of wearing off. Like you could take more and more and more. It's like any drug. It loses its effect over time. But whatever Heath was doing with the Joker role was working. Christian Bale was like, he ruined any plans I had in every scene because his character was so much more interesting than what I was doing.
That's very true.
Michael Caine totally forgot his lines in one scene because he was so in awe of Heath. He said the crazy makeup and Heath's psychotic performance along with a dark sense of humor made working with Heath a frightening experience.
Wow.
So this is a guy that played badasses like Get Carter. And this is like too much for him to deal with.
This is a guy that was in Jaws the Revenge. Bad example.
Yeah. But a little tidbit to add to the Joker thing. Today marks 10 years since the Aurora shooting from the Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, wow. Who modeled himself after the Joker, the shooter.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that he was inspired, not inspired by Heath, but like inspired by the Joker being a maniacal fucking shitbag.
Yeah.
Not only that, but also the anniversary of the opening of The Dark Knight Rises, because that was the same.
Yeah, same night.
True.
Yeah,
same night.
Yeah.
That is just depressing that people were like stoked to go see The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they get fucking shot at.
It's so weird, like his movies, like, and then Tenet comes out and it's the coronavirus.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah.
What are you suggesting?
Christopher Nolan is doomed.
And when Inception came out, the BP oil spill.
And Glitter came out 9/11. That's true though. But yeah, that he had that in the can and the movie was done, and you know, he was right away moving on to his next job. And I'd take like a break or something.
Yeah.
But that's not Heath at this time.
Yeah,
And the
go to
next one's-
Maui.
Go to go
Yeah.
chill out, you know?
And the next one's a trippy one.
Yeah. He got this role called The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. It was a Terry Gilliam movie. He's just a huge fan of Terry Gilliam. So he's like, I'm going to take every opportunity I get because you never know if a Terry Gilliam movie is going to come up in the next couple of years.
And he had worked with him already in The Brothers Grimm.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
he did that with Matt Damon. That's
Yeah.
right, Matt Damon. So he was cast as the lead in the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, which I started watching last night a little bit. Weird movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was quoted as saying, "I'll drop dead after this Gilliam film." Kyle, do you have that?
And he's filming this before Dark Knight is released.
Yes.
So people have not seen his
People have
Joker
not
yet.
seen it. Yeah.
In 3 weeks' time, I start filming with Terry Gilliam, and I'd really do anything. I'd cut carrots and serve the catering on a Gilliam film. I really love the guy, and so yeah, I'm doing The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. And then I'll drop to the ground dead for a year and hibernate.
So we saw what he meant afterward, really like after, because he's like, it's always, I'll take a break after this. I'll take a break after this. But to say I'll drop dead right after this.
And might I add, again, that's what a lot of people say. A lot of people talk like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God, I had the worst day at work. I feel like dropping dead.
Yeah.
It's just a little funny with Terry Gilliam in his movies. Around this era, he had a little trouble making movies. He tried to do this movie called The Man Who Killed Don Quixote with Johnny Depp, which was countless issues. There were storms. One of the lead actors died and stuff. And so I don't want to get right into it just yet. A couple more things. Heath's role was pretty demanding. One night he was hanging from a bridge, which is like where his character is introduced in the movie, if you've seen it. There was water being shot at him. It was supposed to be a very rainy night. And he got like super sick. He got like pneumonia. He got a flu. He was feeling like shit. And he was going to go see also Steven Spielberg in New York. So he went back home where he was living.
For what movie?
I don't know what it was for.
Hook 2.
Maybe. Yeah.
He was going to play Captain Hook.
Yeah.
Is that you, Peter?
Yeah. I still don't know why he didn't take like a less demanding role or just take a long break.
Because he loves Terry Gilliam.
I guess so, yeah. But
And Brothers Grimm didn't, let's be honest, that didn't turn out too great.
No, that
so
wasn't
he's
amazing.
Like, I want to be in a good Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
I want to be in 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys or the one where he played the writer with Johnny Depp.
Fear and Loathing?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh,
So
you're right.
He wants that type of movie.
Hunter S. Thompson.
He wants like that type of movie,
Yeah.
Terry Gilliam experience, because he must have been in, like I was in awe of like movies like that. I thought that was amazing.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. So he goes back to New York where he has a big apartment there. He's not sleeping. He's sick as fuck. He's not doing well. At this time, he's dating one of the Olsen twins, Mary-Kate Ashley. I said actually. not actually.
And which one married the old French dude?
I think that's Ashley.
All right.
So he decides to go back to New York and hang out with her. Like, that's where you go back to relax, like Manhattan. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go hang out in Times Square, while I'm trying to get better.
God.
It's insane.
And he's on a break from filming?
He's on a little bit of a break. He gets a couple R&R days, I guess, from the Terry Gilliam movie.
And was I'm Not There slipped in after The Dark Knight as well?
Yeah, I think that was a quick shoot. He did only a couple days on that, so
Okay.
that wasn't like a long slog for him.
Boy, that was a dismal movie experience.
That was the one where David Cross played the beatnik
Allen
writer,
Ginsberg.
Allen Ginsberg, yeah.
Wow. I saw that at the Orpheum Theater in Madison. I'm Not There.
Yeah.
Are you sitting?
Yes.
The day he died, not
Get
knowing that he
out.
died.
Really?
Yep.
That's
Old
crazy.
Ginsey?
Heath Ledger.
Oh, Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I saw I'm Not There.
Ginsey.
And Heath Ledger is in it.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
Okay, you're not impressed.
Well, we might
It
as
is
well,
creepy.
since Alejandro told us this big milestone in his life, I might as well bring this up. On January 22nd, 2008, Heath is found naked by his masseuse and his housekeeper on the floor of his Soho apartment. They allegedly called 911 right away, but that's not the case. They did not call 911 right
They
away.
did not.
Too bad he wasn't just naked.
Apparently, there were pills all around his body.
Wow.
Yeah, he was face down naked in his Soho apartment.
So that implies he was just popping pills and then
It sounds like a stage murder spot. Yeah.
It really does.
A little bit. On February 8th, the New York City Medical Examiner's Office declared Heath died of a fatal mixture of painkillers, anti-anxiety drugs, and sleeping pills. It was basically Xanax, Percocets, and Ambien. Who knows how much of each was taken?
Probably a lot.
What we do know is that he was only prescribed the Ambien. As far as the other two, to this day, no one knows where they came from.
A Dr. Feelgood.
Heath was documented. It was kind of well known that he was experimenting with drugs for years now. It was alleged that Michelle Williams kicked him out of their Brooklyn apartment because of his drug use, because he was living together with their daughter Matilda. She kicked him out. He was caught at the Chateau Marmont doing coke on video one time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so people are like, they knew he was doing drugs. There was no secret.
I don't know about you, but if I'm at the Chateau Marmont, ever since John Belushi, I am not even looking at a drug at that place.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like with Heath, he wants to live all these American showbiz like legends.
Yeah.
He wants to do the Terry Gilliam drug movie. He wants to go to the Chateau Marmont, do coke. He just wants the whole experience.
He wants to be the artist.
Yeah. This is the lead detective who was investigating Heath's death, talking about the crime scene.
I can only repeat what I said, that there were prescription medications taken from the apartment. They included sleeping pills. They were not scattered about the apartment. They were
that
his
was
prescription
bullshit.
medication.
That was a lie?
That was a lie.
Ah.
Yeah. The first report said he was naked and there were pills everywhere, but that wasn't the case.
He wasn't naked.
But he was naked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but just the pills were not scattered
The pills
everywhere.
part.
Police wanted to talk to former child actor Mary-Kate Olsen, but she refused to talk to police immediately. The former child star from Full House wondered why they wanted to talk to her. She was in California at the time. Apparently, her and Heath started hooking up 3 months earlier, but didn't want to make it exclusive. So it wasn't like made public. So she knew something, but she didn't want to talk to the cops. The DA's office asked to talk to her twice and she refused. She then asked for immunity in order to talk to them. So anything she said would be inadmissible if she mentioned doing something illegal.
Oh, so she might have been involved in giving him the pills?
Yes.
Or getting them for him?
Yeah.
Didn't she send her bodyguard to check on him?
This is the whole death breakdown from what people know right now about his death. 3 p.m. he was scheduled for a massage with a masseuse named Diana Wolozin. The therapist is let in by the housekeeper. So Wolozin walked into Heath's room and found Heath cold and unresponsive. At 3:17 p.m., the masseuse calls Mary Kate, not 911, calls Mary Kate, who is in California for some reason, to tell her that her boyfriend might be dead.
That is bizarre not to call the cops at that
Not
moment.
calling, 911 is not called yet. So why is Mary Kate in California? Like, how long has she been there? What's going on here? At 3:24 p.m., the masseuse calls Mary Kate again and not 911. Mary Kate said she was going to send over a private security team to handle the situation.
Fixer.
I imagine like Mike from Better Call Saul or something.
Yeah. Ray Donovan.
The masseuse doesn't call paramedics until 3:26 p.m., almost a half hour after finding Heath unconscious. The paramedics arrive and the masseuse calls Mary Kate one last time. Minutes later, Heath Ledger is declared dead. Mary Kate, through her attorney, declared that she had no idea where Heath got the prescription drugs. So she said she's a no.
She's saying that after she requested immunity. So
Exactly.
there's some weird things going on over there.
The DEA also steps in, and they wanted some info on what happened with Heath. Still, she wanted immunity and didn't want to say anything. The last number Heath dialed on his cell phone when they found it was Mary Kate. So imagine he's dying and he calls Mary Kate again. So all roads seem to lead to Mary Kate Olsen here.
And what's the allegation?
The allegation is she gave him a bunch of pills that she had through, weird ways.
And that's why she sent her fixer to clear. But then they didn't do a good job because that was a lie, though, that the pills were scattered.
Yeah, that was
so
a
they
lie.
did probably clean up a bit. Then they called the cops.
I wonder. Yeah, and I wonder how far that security guard was away. That from where the body was found. I don't know.
Yeah.
To this day, it remains very unclear how Heath got his hands on those painkillers that contributed to his death. But his father said the only person to blame was Heath Ledger himself. It was totally his fault. It was no one else's. He reached for those pills. So,
wow.
I mean, I guess that's right, but Mary Kate has never spoken about this at all, right?
after his death, she issued a statement saying Heath was a friend. His death is a tragic loss.
That's it.
That's it.
She hasn't like spoken publicly in 25 years.
Yeah, they never do. They're just
Yeah.
very quiet.
Yeah, that's right.
It's odd.
It's
Yeah.
very odd.
And the fact that she has fixers is kind of creepy. Just this silent child star, doesn't
Yeah.
talk much, is a billionaire, and then has Ray Donovan in her back pocket.
Oh my God.
Who's she killing?
And there's security footage showing her greasing up the steps by Bob Saget's hotel room.
Oh God. Okay. So there have been some post-death controversies and some conspiracy theories.
Let's hear him.
I'm in.
In November of 2010, actor Randy Quaid,
Oh God.
Who was his co-star?
who was co-star in Brokeback Mountain, he and his wife were charged with multiple felonies for damaging a Santa Barbara property they had sold to someone else. And instead of showing up for a court date, they fled to Canada where they spoke to the press and had some wild shit to say.
Randy Quaid has completely lost his mind.
He went to like Good Morning America and had like a ton of shit to say. And some of it involves our subject here, Heath Ledger.
Quaid and his wife Evie missed a court appearance in Santa Barbara, California this week because they are in Canada seeking asylum, they say, for their protection.
We believe there are to be a malignant tumor of star whackers in Hollywood.
The Quaids believe that
Star
people are
whackers.
singling out celebrities to either steal their fortunes or kill them. They believe David Carradine, who was found hanged in a Bangkok hotel
Another
room,
die.
and Heath Ledger, who died of a drug overdose, were victims of the same murderous conspiracy.
I believe these actors were whacked.
The Quaids are facing charges
They
of
cut 'em off
trespassing
there.
and vandalism, accused of illegally squatting in a home they'd already sold. They provided CBS with this photo of their key in the front door as proof that they still own it.
That doesn't mean you own it. It's not a fucking lease.
I got a key. I got a key.
But police believe they don't, and now Quaid, who's appeared in more than 90 films, has gone from actor to outlaw.
My God.
He goes in a little more depth about the star whackers here.
Oh my God, he's getting on like real
Randy
news
Quaid joins us now
programs.
exclusively from Vancouver, Canada for his first live interview. You feel that the same people who you believe killed David Carradine and Heath Ledger, these star whackers, are out to kill you as well.
Well, they are star whackers. I mean, they're people who.
How can you argue with that?
David Carradine. And,
He was
I've
found
done
dead
a
in
couple of pictures of
Bangkok.
it, and
You believe they hanged him in Bangkok
Yes.
and they forced Heath Ledger to take drugs in New York?
I can't believe that David would commit a suicide. His wife has recently
accident.
come out and said that she doesn't believe that she believes that he was murdered.
He's like fucked up.
Was an athlete. He played Australian football. He was robust. It's just
Robust.
I've had 8 friends of mine who have either died or mysteriously or had scandals surrounding them in recent years. And this is what I'm talking about
What
when I
scandal
mean
did
by star whacking. I mean,
Carradine
it's
have?
not killing somebody necessarily. It's just creating a scandal or a mystery around a celebrity that
Let's see if he goes
that
into more Heath stuff here.
discredits them.
All right.
And Heath is Heath. I
Here we
think
go.
it was possible that he could have taken some tainted prescription drugs. Yes.
All right, Randy. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time.
We're out
I
of
do
time for you,
appreciate
Now
crazy.
he thinks it's possible. He's not certain.
Yeah, he really
Yeah.
backed off there at the end.
Yeah.
I think it's possible that.
Because that's very slanderous when you start saying shit like that.
Yeah.
So somehow his star whacking theory didn't make it to our radar when we did David Carradine.
Yeah,
No.
seriously. It's so crazy to think that he thinks, these star whackers can get to David Carradine in Bangkok, but they can't reach you in Canada for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same logic with the whackers that did Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yet they couldn't get Asia Argento.
I guess not.
When
Yeah.
she was in Rome.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
she didn't make it to the murder.
Yeah. That's when you know you made it, when the star whackers get you.
Yeah.
There was actually a UNICEF event that night in Manhattan where a few celebrities were asked about the tragic death of Heath Ledger. This is my last clip, I swear.
But it's really sad. Every time I see a picture of him, I can't
Rihanna?
believe he's gone.
I don't have nothing against the media because, we all are
Co-star,
celebrities
Puff
to our
Daddy?
advantage. But I think us as celebrities, the way we use the media and the media, it's all a bit out of control. It's all a bit out of control, and we need to kind of pull it back in because people are getting driven crazy by it.
Your
People's lives,
Godzilla
the way they're
single
written,
was out of
their
control.
legacy
Yeah,
are getting
terrible.
changed by it. And it's good to sell papers and have people check into the news, but the truth is what people want to hear. And it's up to us as the artists and the actors and
The next one is,
entertainers to
This is
also
making
portray the
Randy
truth. And
Quaid
it's up
look
to
a
media
little
to show
more
the
sane.
Yeah.
According to the report, it was an overdose of many, many different
Trump
things. So
Of course he
it's
was
too
there.
bad. Maybe it's the same thing. Prescription drugs is probably in its own way just as bad.
Shouldn't Hollywood out of control?
I think the world is out of control.
Control.
It's about to get more out of control.
He sounds like the Joker right there.
Wow.
I think the world is out of control. Troll.
The world's out of control.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
It's crazy. Everyone knows. Yeah, well, that was a good intro into what Trump was going to start talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's what made him become the president.
Oh, yeah.
Overall, though, there was no foul play considered, and by all accounts, it just seems like it was a mixing of the wrong prescription drugs by Heath. That's
that
it.
Mary Kate gave to him.
Okay.
It's possible.
It seems like it, doesn't it?
It's weird that she wants immunity. There's
Immunity.
obviously something that she had
And
something
it's
to do
weird that she sent her security guard to check on him before
Handle it.
Yeah.
the cops were called.
Yeah.
Well, and it seems like that's not the first time she got in trouble with some shit. She was
Yeah,
ready
that's-
to go on that.
Yeah, if she has that already ready, that's just very creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Heath's last movie was, as we were talking about, the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, was incomplete at the time of his death. It was still shooting. Terry Gilliam completed it using actors Colin Farrell, Johnny Depp, and Jude Law, who all stepped in at the last minute to help complete the movie, as with the role that Heath was playing.
They all played the same role.
Same role, yeah. It came out in 2009 and with some decent reviews, and actually doubled the budget at the box office. So I think some people were attracted to the experience of what happened at that time.
Didn't he die during filming and they had to CGI or kind of recreate him in some way or film another actor from the back?
They could have. I don't know if
think
that
they
was
did.
that one. Yeah.
Well, it was the last
thinking-
movie he ever did.
I think
Yeah.
you're thinking of The Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, The Dark Knight also had not been released yet when he died.
Yeah. The Dark Knight had not been released, and he won an Oscar for that. And it was very sad and crazy. And an Oscar had never been won for a comic book movie like that.
Yeah, we talked about this in the Oscars episode.
We did, yeah.
But there was a campaign that started, a fan campaign.
And it could have been as a result. It's so funny. The online campaign hated him when he got the Joker, but they loved him when
the same crowd
yeah.
really lobbied for him to win the Oscar.
And they won out, and Michelle Williams actually went up and gave a nice speech on behalf of him.
At the Oscars?
Yeah.
His family went up there.
I thought Michelle Williams actually
No.
went up there. No?
His dad, Kim,
Oh.
and mom and sister.
Okay. They did a documentary. That guy, Matt Amato, actually put together a nice documentary with music by Bon Iver, a movie called I Am Heath Ledger, which I pulled a lot for this and stuff. And very sweet documentary. I recommend people check out after you listen to this podcast, of course.
Yeah.
I have one last clip from Joaquin Phoenix dedicating his Oscar to Heath after he won for the Joker, after Heath had won a couple years before.
Really, I'm standing here on the shoulders of my favorite actor, Heath Ledger. So thank you and good night.
That was for his Joker performance, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Nice little
Yeah.
tribute. Yeah, I don't really have much else on all that.
I'll just add that, it was dead of winter, obviously, when Heath died.
January,
and 6 months away from The Dark Knight being released.
Yeah.
So there was 6 months of very morbid hype for his performance.
Mm.
And then that summer of 2008, when it finally hit theaters, it was just an explosion of excitement.
Insane. Yeah.
God, it was so good.
And people would see it 3 to 5 times.
Yeah.
It was that exciting, his performance.
I've heard people say The Dark Knight was a good movie with Heath involved. It was a great movie.
Mm.
Batman Begins was a good movie, but then
it far surpassed.
But adding him as a
Batman
Joker was
Begins.
just like the way he just brought that character to life.
Yeah.
It almost seems too easy. The way he kind of did it, and just like the weird, bizarre way of talking, and like the laugh and everything about it. He was just, I don't know. He just embraced it, and I could see how he lost his mind doing this.
It was so good that it literally shut me up forever on like casting decisions, because I was complaining about it so much, and then I saw the movie. I was like, hey man,
Well,
I will never complain about a casting ever again. I'll let them do what they do.
It started that dialogue of characters getting too deep into the roles, because I think I heard Paul Dano, like he mildly complained about getting less sleep than before when he did the Riddler, and they in the press made it out to be this whole thing like it's infecting his brain being the Riddler, and he can't even be himself anymore. And he's like, no, actually that's not what I said at all.
Yeah.
They want to run with this stuff, and I'm sure the studios encourage all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. We know too many of these stories where we hear like what the studio was spinning out there in the news or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like that's clearly an angle.
Yeah, there's a lot of angles.
They tried to do that with Jared Leto's portrayal of the Joker, because he was like sending rats to other
Dead rats.
To Margot Robbie.
Yeah. Like ridiculous.
Yeah, gee, thanks, Jared.
Yeah. But he was trying to do what he did with the role, clearly.
But then it was just embarrassing when the movie was released.
And it sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made Cesar Romero's Joker seem frightening.
Yeah. But yeah, people said Heath was like in the character and losing his mind on set. But then you'd see like pictures of him skateboarding over Christian Bale, like fucking around and stuff.
What really happened is he had trouble sleeping. I think Joker or no Joker.
Yeah.
And he was addicted to pills.
He was a young actor possessed to make movies, and you can't ask too much of your own body or yourself sometimes.
And with all the, I don't know, I just feel like he probably felt a lot of pressure too for it to be really good.
Yeah.
Because that role is iconic, and I think he was just maybe trying to ease that nervousness a little bit by doing pills and who knows?
People that are really into drugs, they have a way of trying. They think it can fix anything.
Yeah,
it's like the cure-all. The snake oil salesman.
Right.
Like if I just mix it this way and I do this and that, I'll be able to get my head together. And he had a big meeting with Steven Spielberg the next day. He was in a bad place, sleeping wise and mentally and stuff. And he's like, I know how to fix it. I'll just take more Ambien and take more anti-anxiety pills, and this will fix it. The end game is becoming Michael Jackson at some point and needing propofol or something that's like you're not even getting REM sleep. You're just like, you're knocked out. You're not getting actual good sleep.
Yeah. You have to take propofol to go to sleep.
Well, even the anti-anxiety or Ambien, you're not getting the real REM sleep that you need in order to keep your head sane. I was shocked when I heard Heath Ledger was like on this level and taking this amount of drugs, because he's 28 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
That's the other thing. Can you believe that?
28.
28.
I didn't know he was that young. I thought he was like in his earlier 30s.
Yeah, he did seem like an older person.
He
Like
did.
his look and everything.
The Joker is 28?
Yeah, right? Well, the Joker was 27 because he had to film it the year before, I think. So
yeah,
even younger. It's crazy.
Yeah, he wanted to be that Forever 27 Club, but he just missed it with Janis Joplin and Kurt Cobain, which we brought up previous episodes.
We did.
And I'm Not There also involved several people playing the same character.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, with Cate Blanchett and a couple other people. I forget.
That's what I was talking about. I tuned out, so I don't know if you said that the Colin Farrell, those were his replacements after he died.
Yeah, the Imaginarium of Dr.
That's what I was
Parnassus.
talking about with like the CGI and stuff, but it was just those three.
Yeah.
They didn't need to CGI because they had replacements.
Kind of similar to the Paul Walker where they CGI'd his brother into Fast and Furious 10, I think.
But that was different because in Parnassus, they were saying this is Johnny Depp playing the same character. And that they want you to believe it's Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Even though he looks like a screensaver from Windows 95.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts on this one.
Damn, man. It's I have a conspiracy theory now
Oh,
that'll
go-
make you look at Full House even more different now.
Oh, boy.
It puts a little weird spin on the whole show. I think maybe Mary-Kate first got her fixer because she killed Danny Tanner's wife and set up the entire show.
Like he killed a fictional character?
She killed a fake character.
Yeah.
And then she confused reality with
Yes.
fiction and killed a real person
Yes.
after that. Okay.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I like it.
Yeah.
And I introduced the theory that she killed Bob Saget.
Yeah, true. She's on a roll.
She oiled up the floor by his bed, and he was like, whoop! She put a banana peel down.
She killed Dave Coulier's career, maybe, too.
Hey, cut it out.
Yeah, cut out the fucking career.
He still makes a lot of money doing stand-up in theaters.
I know, we're just
Crazy.
teasing, Kyle.
Yeah.
I know, but it's just it's weird, like people being nostalgia acts.
You would see Dave Coulier.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, why?
For free.
It's now A Knight's Tale, but I'll still pay for the ticket.
I was testing him, and he did not pass.
No, he'll say anything.
Because he brings out the beaver puppet
Oh.
from Full House.
Is that a separate beaver from the Mel Gibson Jodie Foster movie?
Probably.
Similar. And the Joker?
The Joker. Yeah,
Great performance.
Icon.
Yeah, he won the Oscar.
You know what? I'm going to go wild and say that it's probably the third best Joker.
Get out of here.
Then
This
Cesar
guy.
Romero and who else?
That's supposed to be like high praise.
Yeah.
No, it's Nicholson,
Yeah.
Mark Hamill.
Oh, yeah,
And
the
Heath
TV show.
Ledger.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. No,
No,
it's
I'm just kidding.
it's the best.
Who needs to compare?
Yeah. Imagine what could have been after all these roles that he missed out on, or what he could have done.
You know, it would have been a great career.
Of course.
He would have done a lot of interesting roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very sad. What are you gonna do?
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I'll do
At
that.
DiePod 2021. Oh, Kyle's gonna do it.
Twist
Thank
my
you.
arm.
Yeah.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Death and Entertainment, all one word. YouTube, Death and Entertainment. Give us a subscribe, will ya?
Please.
Hit the bell for the notifications.
Ding,
Leave
ding,
a
ding,
comment,
ding, ding,
share,
ding, ding,
like,
ding.
all the good
Yeah.
stuff. Give us a review, for Christ's sake.
Get on us.
Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple, iTunes, wherever you can find it.
You name it, we're there.
Leave a nice note and a thumbs up, 5-star.
Please.
And thank you.
Thanks for listening, and
Until next time.
don't go.
Dying on us. Bye.
You have just heard.
A true Hollywood murder mystery.
I have never seen anything like this before.
The movies, Broadway, music, television, all of it.
A place that manufactures nightmares.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
Good night. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon.